I had a number of questions going back with the Minister for Finance relating to insurance, and I go back to May 2014, and it's in relation to the way insurers have been treating customers, that a house with one claim in relation to flooding means that they will never be covered again. Now, even though in Dublin Central extensive works were done in relation to prevention, we have insurance companies not taking that into account. And there are homes and streets that were never flooded being refused insurance cover because they were in the same area as streets that were flooded. And the homeowner just has to accept this. So whatever about having a difficulty if you were flooded, the fact that you were never flooded, surely you should be entitled to cover. With regarding motor insurance, I mean, if I have an accident or a claim, my insurance premium will go up, but I will still be covered. Now, the reply in 2014 was that the OPW and Insurance Ireland agreed on a sustainable system of information sharing in relation to the flood alleviation schemes. And the plan was that this would be reflected in assessing the provision of flood insurance to householders in areas where works have been completed. But that has not happened. In October 14, another question, because again they were coming from the fact that householders were getting in touch with me because they could not get flood insurance. And I was told that Insurance Ireland were asked when they would be in a position to provide the hard information that would show an increase in the availability of and the reduction of the cost of insurance in the 12 areas that they mentioned. But the end result from that question was that the OPW and Insurance Ireland have agreed to resume regular meetings of the flood working group, now over a year later, and we're back to talks with the insurance industry, the insurance groups, and there doesn't seem to have been any progress made in relation to the replies that I got well over a year ago. And the real danger is that now, OK, we have a crisis, but the real danger is that, again, this will be put on the long finger. Now, the humanitarian assistance was very, very much welcome, and I was listening to the ministers earlier talking about the way these schemes will be flexible to address people's needs. We know that there were bad planning decisions. We know about the extent of building and the extent of deforestation that have led to the problems now. And I just want to refer to the Woodland League and some of the very sensible suggestions that they make. To work with local communities and particularly to work with local knowledge of the particular area. And they remind us of a UK project through Bangor University which found that water was absorbed 67 times faster by native woodland than by grass. So the point is that reforestation could really reduce flooding very significantly. And while we can't control nature, there are a lot of strategies that can be very effective, but in particular that there will be no more insane and bad planning decisions. And finally, just to acknowledge again for those communities the work that was done by the communities, by the Army, by Civil Defence and other organisations. Thank you.